Hello?
Hello, is this Keith Morris?
Yes, it is.
Hello, Keith. This is Dustin Wellness from KMSU Radio.
How are you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right.
We have some questions here for you today if you have some time.
That's what I'm here for.
Excellent. Well, I'm here with my co-host, Ton.
Hey, how you doing, Keith?
Good. How you doing?
I'm great.
Okay. So if I say anything that needs to be deleted, you can just go beep, beep, beep.
No, we'll leave it in there.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Because you need all of the juicy, spicy bits.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Try to keep this train rolling, get everybody interested. We're excited to have you on the show, though. If you're ready, we'll ask you just how you kind of got started playing music.
Okay. Well, I'm not a musician, so I've never played music. I'm a vocalist. I just happened to, was it randomly one day at the SST ham radio attenuator workshop, we were drinking and smoking and carrying on and laughing and joking and listening to the radio, and Search and Destroy by Iggy and the Stooges came on. Of course, I reached over, turned the volume all the way up. Speaker sounded like it was crackling and getting ready to blow up inside the radio, what have you. And in the process started leaping off the work table, the desk, doing like somersaults and flips in the air, always landing on my face. So I was covered with any of the dirt and the dust on the floor because we were a bunch of guys and cleanliness was not next on our list of things to do today. And screaming and yelling at the top of my lungs along with Iggy. I'm the world's forgotten boy, the one who searches to destroy. And at that time, Greg Ginn and I were plotting Black Flag. Of course, it wasn't Black Flag at the time, but this was before we had asked anybody to play with us. Greg had said, I've got a few songs. Let's start a band. I said, great. I know a drummer, but I want to play drums. I was going to buy a drum kit that one of my friends had stolen from another one of my friends, in which case I would have got my ass kicked, and I would have been out $400, and my feelings would have been hurt, and I probably would have lost a friend, and I wouldn't have been able to play drums in Black Flag anyways. Greg said, no, you're the vocalist, after my screaming and yelling and brushing off all of the dirt and the dust. Never really thought about being in a band, playing music. I had started to learn bass when I was about 18 and didn't really pursue it. Just kind of became a stoner and went off and did all of that kind of fun stuff.
Well, when you were with Black Flag, it was for a short period of time, but you guys had such a big influence on so many things. What was it like in those early days? Was it all just like rolling around screaming and being crazy, or what do you remember from that?
It was a party. What happened with Black Flag while we were doing what we were doing, we didn't know what we were doing. We were just a bunch of guys that we were pissed off and angry and frustrated and depressed, and we wanted to party. We were always the guys that were chosen last at PE, for the basketball team or the flag football team or what have you. We were always the guys that when we were at the party, we'd go up to the hot chick, and of course the conversation would never really get past, so what's happening, or what's your sign, or who are you here with, or do you have a boyfriend? It never got past any of that. We were always the ones that were shown the door, had to hang out at the back with all the other nerds. So just a couple, just take all of that and dump it into the vat and start stirring it. And, that led to what we became. We were just also bummed out at the musical landscape where we were at. Every Friday night, you would go to see an original band, and you wouldn't see or hear an original band because all of the bands were playing top 40. Why would we want to listen to the top 40? We could turn the radio on to listen to the top 40. So we decided that we'd seen a few bands up in Hollywood, over in Los Angeles, the Germs and the Weirdos and X and Fear. There's a list of about 30 bands, and they all played a role in what we were doing. Like, why we like these bands, so we want to be a part of this scene. And what was great about the scene at that time was that all of these bands had their own separate personality. They all had their own different sound. Even though you could be in a room and there would be 100 people in the room and 99 of them would be people in bands. It was pretty happy-go-lucky. And that was pretty much our mentality. There are no rules. Let's just play. Let's go play wherever we can. Let's go play for whoever will come and see us and listen to us and hope that we don't get killed.
Well, did that kind of, fly by the seat of your pants sort of approach, is that part of the reason why you ended up leaving the band, or what was the story behind that?
I was because I was an alcoholic and a cocaine addict. Those were two perfectly great excuses to fire the lead singer.
Okay.
And couple that with the fact that I was really bummed out over the fact that we weren't playing any shows, but we were rehearsing 6-7 nights a week for 3 or 4 hours a night and not really going out and playing for anybody. It was kind of frustrating. And I eventually walked away, started the Circle Jerks, whole new world, different kind of vibe, different kind of mentality. Even though the party was still there, it was still all, let's be a part of the fiesta. Let's bring whatever party favors we can to the giant shindig.
Yeah. Well, in those early days, when you were with the Circle Jerks, did you ever feel like there was any sort of competition between you and the new Black Flag, or like ill will or anything like that?
There was, because the main guy in Black Flag made it a point to let everybody else know that was part of their scene and the guys in the band that I wasn't cool, the Circle Jerks weren't cool, but he also was upset at anybody that was kicked out of Black Flag or left Black Flag and went on to have any kind of success. That wasn't supposed to happen. He wanted to be in control. He wanted to be the guy that led everybody on their career directions, whatever way it was going to go.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, you guys. I remember seeing. I think it was like a Black Flag sort of reunion in 2003, and I remember seeing you playing on that. And we all, assume that Henry Rollins is kind of like the intense guy in the music scene. But I remember when you came out on the stage, and it was just like you thought your head was going to explode. How into it you were. So you guys must be somewhat on good terms now, right?
Oh, Henry and I are we're really good friends, yes. He's a great guy. I'm a administrator on the Black Flag Facebook page, and I'm the guy that deflects all of the garbage that, you would be amazed at the amount of just really lame people coming on there just spewing whatever garbage comes through their mind. So I'm the guy that says, you don't get to come on here and badmouth Henry Rollins. He went out and did the work. He got in the van. He did all of those tours. He made all of those records. He earned the right to be able to, if he wants to be on a television show, or host a television show, or do National Geographic, or go out and do spoken word, or write books. Yeah, that's awesome.
Definitely.
More power to him. Fucking go for it. Do it. Like he says, do it. Just do it. Like the Nike ad. Just go out and do it.
Yeah.
Yep. So then how did you end up appearing in the film Repo Man? How did you end up kind of going from music or into that?
Well, the gentleman who directed the movie was a fan of the band, Alex Cox. Loved all of the music that's in his movies. He loves the people that are creating the music. So we were fortunate. They were shooting a bar scene, and they needed a band to perform, and we volunteered. I mean, it was a crazy day because it was like right in the middle of summertime. It was about 110 degrees. They had us there at about 10:30 in the morning to fit us with these tuxedos that we couldn't we couldn't remove the tuxedos because of the way that they were safety pinned onto us. And consequently, we were given, they have these portable dressing rooms, these trailers, and of course we were given a room on the one trailer that the air conditioning didn't work. So it was, not only was it a sauna, but it was a steam bath. It was like being in an oven.
Wow.
And so we were tortured all day long because they didn't shoot our scene until about 11:30, 12 o'clock at night. So we were stuck in these tuxedos, and of course we were all hungover. We'd all been partying. We'd all been out on binges, been out on like 2 or 3 day binges. So we were all really bent out of shape. And Xander, in the documentary, states that he met us on the set of Repo Man, and we were horrible people. We weren't nice to him. He just happened to, it's really easy to say that about somebody when they're grumpy and grouchy, and you catch them when everything that can go wrong has gone wrong.
Yeah. Well, you have been playing with the Circle Jerks off and on for probably going on 30 years, it seems. But you guys have a new DVD coming out, right?
New DVD coming out. It's basically just kind of a historical, chronological situation. A lot of cool people showed up in it. I also got in the middle of a conversation on Facebook where Ed Culver, who is the photographer of he shot the photo for the first album cover, and one of our first managers, they were going back and forth like, well, how can it be complete? They didn't talk to us. And I had to let them know that we had a budget. We had a very small budget. We've got to license some of these live clips to be able to include them in the documentary.
Yeah.
I had a whole list of people that I wanted to have Dave Markey interview, but he couldn't go to Washington D.C. and interview Ian MacKaye. That would have cost an arm and a leg. He couldn't go to San Francisco to interview Jello Biafra. We didn't have that in our budget. So there you go. There you have it. When I say we, I mean Dave Markey did an amazing job with the budget that he had. I applaud the work that Dave Markey has done. And he's responsible for The Year That Punk Broke, the Slog movie, Teenage Desperate Love Dolls. He also just on a whim filmed a small library of Sonic Youth videos. So he's kind of an SST guy. It makes perfect sense. He's from Santa Monica. He grew up with the Circle Jerks and Black Flag and all of the bands that we were associated with. It made perfect sense.
Yeah, it sounds awesome. Well, we were kind of wondering, as far as the music scene goes today, as far as punk rock or whatever you'd want to call it, what are your thoughts on kind of how that's come about and where it's going?
I don't really pay attention because I don't pay attention to a particular genre of music because I've always prided myself on the fact that people call me punk or people call me hardcore, and I'm not those. If you looked at me, you'd go, God, who's this little turd? Anyways, I listen to too much different music to say, well, these guys are, this is the best band in this genre, and, these bands are, like, really cool. It's like, who am I to say who's cool? When it comes to bands and music, when it comes to art, when it comes to literature, when it comes to movie, when it comes to food, when it comes to your friends and the people that you hang out with, that's up to you. You're the ones that choose what you take in, what you consume.
Yeah.
It's up to you. I mean, I can write a whole bunch of bands that I think are great, and if somebody out there is going, well, he likes them, oh, fuck him. That stuff's not cool. I was shopping over at Amoeba Records, which is one of the biggest record music stores, DVD store, poster stores in the world. and they were doing this series, What's in Your Bag. So they came up to me, asked my permission. I started showing them everything that was in my bag, and then wait for the deluge of people just spouting off, like, whatever horrible stuff they're capable of saying. Like, are you kidding? That stuff, what, does he think he's hip? Is he a hipster? Why is he listening to that? Isn't he listening to this? See, it's just, there we go. We go round and round about all of this stuff. So I'm constantly being asked who I listen to and who I think are cool, and that's all wonderful and fine, and it's just, I really appreciate that people would respect what I say, but for every person that respects what I say, there's, they're always the haters.
Definitely.
Can't please everybody.
Well, besides the new Circle Jerks DVD, is there anything else you're working on or anything else coming out?
Well, I'll start writing a new off album in December with Dimitri. We're getting ready to go on tour. The Circle Jerks DVD, I don't know if you guys have seen it. I saw like a rough cut, and then I went and saw it on the big screen. I was impressed. I'm really happy with it. I'm pleased to say that I could give my mom a copy for Christmas.
Excellent. Well, awesome, man. Is there anything else you want to mention before we let you go?
Well, to anybody that gets the opportunity to see the documentary, I hope that you enjoy it and have a good time.
There you go.
I guess my parting comment would be good, be well, do your best, and don't let all the other crap drag you down.
Awesome.
Excellent.
I love it.
Hey, thanks for your time, guys.
All right, thank you. Have a good one.
Cheers.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.